All right, hello, yogis, and welcome to our Tuesday Kundalini Awaken class. So Monday through Friday, there is a different kind of yoga taught at Yogi Institute. So on Monday, we have our Vinyasa, and that's meant to energize us for the week. Tuesday, we have our Kundalini, and that's meant to bring emotional and spiritual transformation. Wednesday, we have restorative, which is where we really give the body time to relax and recover. Thursday is strength, where we incorporate hand weights into our yoga practice. And then Friday is yin, where we put a lot of healthy stress and stillness into the body and the mind. So I believe that this whole wellness program has value. This is a whole program throughout the week where each day we get something different that we need. That being said, today is Tuesday and it is the Kundalini class. Now, you don't have to follow the schedule in this way. I just want you to know that in my belief and in my personal experience, doing it in this way really has benefited my whole overall health and well-being, where I'm not doing too much of something and not enough of something else. So, with today's Kundalini class, we are doing the Kriya for physical and mental vitality. I shortened it up to 30 minutes, and so let's jump in. We start with our opening chant. The opening and closing chants are something that is unique to Kundalini. You can listen, you can sing, you don't have to chant along. The chant is Ong Namo Guru Dev Namo, which means I bow to the wisdom and the teacher within. I bow to the wisdom and the teacher within. So we start by rubbing our palms together, closing down our eyes, get nice and tall from the tailbone through the crown. It's said that the Kundalini energy is like a serpent lying dormant at the base of the spine. And as we do this practice, we move that energy up the spine. So if you want to visualize energy moving up the spine from the tailbone through the crown of the head, and then from the crown down into the root or the base of the spine. Let's bring our palms to touch. Tuck your thumbs into your sternum. Take a deep breath in. Open mouth, exhale, sigh it out. Two more. Big breath in. And again, big breath in. And let's chant. Big breath in. Om Namo Guru Dev Namo. Om Namo Guru Dev Namo. Om Namo Guru Dev Namo. Taking a moment to bow to the teacher within, to the teachers who have come before us, and most of all, to that inner wisdom, that inner knowing, that inner awareness. Maybe we tap into that as we move through today's practice. Bring your hands down onto your knees and let's come into Siri Om. As we inhale, shine the chest forward, exhale, round the spine back. Inhale, shine the chest forward, exhale, round the spine back. So maybe you're following along in your Kriya book. I always like to add in a couple warm-up movements before I come into these Kriyas. Sometimes I just feel like there isn't enough warm-up, and I kind of feel like they did that on purpose. Like maybe these Kriyas are like the meat in the sandwich. So adding in a little warm-up and adding in a little cool down. Notice which direction you're moving, change direction, keep the breath the same. Inhale as you come forward, exhale as you round back. Inhale as you come forward, exhale as you round back. This is really good for our spine and our pelvic bowl. And come through center. Inhale, sweep your arms up overhead. Exhale, your hands onto your shoulders. Inhale to the left, exhale to the right. Inhale to the left, exhale to the right. Linking your breath to your movement, I invite you to imagine you're picking air up on one side and dropping it off on the other. This is really good for our internal organs, our digestion. And it is helping us to warm up our core, which is going to be affected by today's Kriya. Come through center, we'll change direction of the breath. Inhale right, exhale left. Inhale right, exhale left. And come through center. Let's let our hands come down and let's practice breath of fire. So we're going to use breath of fire for multiple movements in today's class. Now, breath of fire is inhales and exhales through the nose where the breath is coming from the belly. So you're pumping the navel toward the spine as you're inhaling and exhaling. So there's a lot of movement and energy through the navel area. And you want to stay nice and tall. And there are two great ways to activate the breath of fire. The first way is to imagine that there is a birthday candle in front of you, and you are blowing out that birthday candle with your nose. And as you're doing that, you're pumping your navel back towards your spine. Another option, which sometimes is easier, is to stick out the tongue and start to pant. Start to feel that pumping of the navel and then close the mouth and keep the momentum of the pumping of the navel going. So we're practicing this breath of fire before we come into the movements. Keep practicing, keep practicing. We'll practice for maybe 60 seconds before we come into the movements where we'll actually utilize the breath of fire. So whenever you come into the breath of fire, you can utilize one of those two methods. If you have a method that you've discovered that works for you, of course you can use that. But for me, those are the two most effective methods that I've experienced. Inhales and exhales through the nose, pumping through the navel. So for the first movement of our Kriya, we're going to get down on our backs and spread the legs wide and begin to crisscross the legs across one another as we do the breath of fire. Flip your palms, palm facing down. Really let your back rest into the floor. This is really using your core muscles, building up that vitality. Keep the breath of fire going. If you need to bring the feet down, but you can maintain the breath of fire, I recommend doing that. If you need to take a break from the feet or the breath, go ahead, feel free to do that. And bring the knees into the chest. Gently rock side to side. Take a couple deep breaths. And keep your palms palm facing down. We're going to do that again. Switching out the legs. Breath of fire. Bring your knees into your chest. Gently rock side to side. Let's bring our forehead to our knees, wrapping the hands around the knees, and let's do breath of fire in a ball. Let your back come down, let your legs come down. Take a moment, shift the feet, the knees, the knees from side to side. Let's take a couple deep breaths and feel into the energy that this created in the body. And then we're going to lift our feet up, letting the back, the spine stay connected. Press forward with one leg and pull back. Press forward with the other leg and pull back. Let's pick up the pace. More fluidity. Press forward. Your knees into your chest, gently rock side to side. Grab the backs of your legs, rock yourself up. Come into an easy seat. Coming into your easy pose, let's take a moment and just breathe here for a moment. Bringing your awareness in. How does your body feel? How does your mind feel? How do you feel? Maybe in this moment, do a 2-word check-in, identifying 2 emotions that you feel at this moment. Know that you don't have to rationalize those emotions. You don't have to change them. Simply acknowledge and be aware. Clasp your hands together and press your palms up toward the ceiling. As we press the palms forward, close down your eyes, bring your gaze to your third eye point, and let's activate breath of fire. Let's take a big breath in. Suspend the breath, lengthen, lengthen, lengthen. Activate Mula Bandh, squeeze up and in, pull up, 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 up. And exhale, let your hands come down through your energy field and shake out your hands. Take a couple regular breaths. Let's bring one hand so your right hand to your left shoulder blade, and your left hand to your right shoulder blade. And maybe you link your thumbs forward on the shoulders. So your fingers are spread wide. Stay nice and tall through your spine as you press your elbows up to the side, and let's do breath of fire again. So that is very wide. That breath of fire quality is strong, breathing, typically. You can do this is the opening to universe, is the opening to space, to space, to space. And exhale, let your hands come out and down through your energy field as you shift down onto your back. As we come down onto our back, let's bring our knees into our chest, gently rock side to side. Bring your hands onto your knees. Let's do some circles with the knees, bringing the knees apart and together, apart and together, apart and together. Change direction. And then extend your legs out long, hovering your heels off. Reach your hands for your heels, flex your toes to your face. And let's do breath of fire again. So this is called stretch pose. Let your body come down onto the floor. Take a big breath in and a full breath out. And a big breath in and a full breath out. Allowing yourself to fully sink into the floor as we come into a brief meditation where we allow the mind and the body to separate. Take a few deep breaths in, feeling the body expand and feeling the body release. It's pretty easy to understand how we work or exercise the physical body through our physical practice. But how do we work or exercise the mind? So when we allow the mind to wander, and if we consider the mind to be like a muscle, we allow the mind to drift away and then we bring it back to the present moment. This is how we work the mind. So a wandering mind is an opportunity to exercise and work the mind. So rather than think, oh, why can't I quiet my mind? Why can't my mind be silent? Just allow yourself to let your mind wander and gently draw it back over and over. This is really how. So then we bring it together by when you bring your mind back, take a deep breath in and feel your body expand. As you feel your body expand, you're connecting to the physical self. And your mind is focused on the expansion and the breath. And so the mind and body are one. Then you allow the mind to leave the space to go and wander wherever it does, to your spouse, to your children, to your work, to your faith. And then you gently guide the mind back. Take a deep breath in, feel and notice and become aware of the expansion of the body with the breath. And then exhale, release, let it go, and feel everything sink and settle in. Let's take a few more of these deep breaths. Giving your mind the opportunity to wander, and then gently guiding it back. Invite you to take your hands onto yourself, onto your body. And we're going to settle in for our final resting pose. As we take a little body scan, sending our awareness down to our toes, letting our awareness connect to our toes, maybe wiggling through the toes, thanking the toes, sending appreciation and gratitude to the toes. Shifting awareness into the ball mound of the foot and the top of the foot, sending gratitude and appreciation to that part of the body. Shifting our awareness into the arch and the heel of our foot. Our entire foot is what allows us to move forward in life. So being grateful for that foot, shifting your awareness into your ankles, thanking your ankles for enabling that forward motion in life. Shifting your awareness to your shins and your calves, being grateful for the shins and calves moving into the knees, the kneecap, the entire knee joint. Again, a big part of our mobility, thanking that knee for everything that it does that we are aware of and that we're not aware of. Shifting our awareness into our quads, being grateful for the quads, that trunk, that powerhouse of our lower body. Shifting into our pelvis, being grateful for the delicate functions, but also for moving us forward through life. This is another big mobility part, our hips, our connection from our hips to our legs, being really grateful for the hips as a joint, but also as a support structure. Shifting up into our torso, that part of our body that we worked hard today through our breath of fire. Being grateful for our strength and stability in our core, as well as all of our internal organs, being grateful for all of the internal organs that help us function as humans. Shifting up into the rib cage and what the rib cage holds and protects our heart and our lungs, among other things. These are our vital organs. Keeping our heart and our lungs healthy and safe is so important for our well-being. Shifting our awareness into our chest and our shoulders and our upper back. There's a lot of stability here, and also that movement and motion of the upper body. Sending our gratitude, awareness, appreciation down into the tips of our fingers. Maybe we use our thumb and just connect to the tips of our fingers. Sending that gratitude through the hands, the palms, the wrists, the elbows, and then all the way back up into the shoulders. Thanking our arms, our fingers, everything that our arms allow us to do, just being really grateful for that. Shifting up into our neck and our jaw, our ability to speak and express ourselves, being so grateful for that, as well as our sense of taste. Food can be such a pleasurable thing in our life, and taste is what allows for that. Being grateful for the structure of our cheeks, being grateful for our sinuses, our sense of smell, our eyes, our sense of sight, our third eye, our sense of intuition and inner knowing, our forehead, and then down into our hair follicles, and our mind. Thanking, being grateful for our mind, our cognitive thoughts, our ability to discern right from wrong, our ability to think and interpret the information that our body sends to our mind, interpret emotion, interpret signals from other people. Our mind is just such a pivotal part of our lives. Sending that appreciation and gratitude throughout our entire body, taking a big breath in, maybe rolling out the wrists and the ankles, full breath out, exhale. Let's bring our knees into our chest, gently rock side to side. Grab the backs of the knees and rock yourself all the way up into an easy seat. Ending our class as we began, let's press our palms through heart center. We're going to say the long time sun blessing and one long Satnam. Satnam means truth is my essence. I am one with truth. And it is our personal truth. And that truth changes and shifts daily, hourly, maybe by the minute. So living your truth, being your most authentic self, speaking your truth, whatever that might be. May the longtime sun shine upon you, all love surround you, and the pure light within you guide your way on. Deep breath in. Sun. Nam. Thank you so much for being here today, for sharing in this space, allowing me to share this practice with you. I encourage you to watch your energy levels as you move through the rest of your day, maybe tomorrow, and just raise that awareness. I also encourage you to stay connected to that gratitude for our physical, mental, and emotional self. We have so much to be grateful for in this life, in this body, in this human experience. The light, the love, the wisdom in me sees, honors, reflects, and encourages the light, the love, the wisdom in you. Namaste. I hope to see you again on your mats very, very soon. And until then, may your light be your guide.